going on, Knicks fans? Vigo Sports here, host of Vigo Talks Knicks. And before I start the video, I sincerely apologize for not uploading the last few days. I uploaded a Jets video not too long ago, but I haven't covered Knicks in over a week. It's been a pretty hard week in college, going through a lot of classes. It's hard filming videos while in college, dealing with schoolwork, all that. But with the break coming up, I'm going to try my best to upload almost every single day. Since I haven't covered the Knicks in almost a week, in this video, I'll go over everything that I missed, all the Knicks news. And the last video I talked about the Knicks, we beat Miami, where Landry Shamet dropped 36 points, a career night. It might have been 37, maybe wrong. That was the last game I talked about. So the game I'm going to talk about right now that I missed, that I haven't talked about, is the road game to Miami, where we came short. And a person you're going to hear me talk about a lot in this video is Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm going to talk about him a lot in this video. And there's good reasons and there's bad reasons. Well, today, he played real good. We'll get to that later. But let's talk about the Miami game, the road game. First of all, what's been an issue all season long is our defense. We're giving up too many wide open threes. It's been a problem literally every single game. Every single game. We're giving up wide open threes. We can't let that happen. But that's not the main reason we lost that game. We were not shooting well. We did not shoot well. We started shooting better in the fourth quarter, but I felt like the shooting and the defense just stopped in the fourth quarter near the final 3 minutes, I would say. But we only lost by 2. We could have tied the game. Cat missed a layup. McBride missed a layup. It was not a bad win, but it sucks to see the lose a game like that. It sucks to lose a game like that. Just being that close to winning, being that close, 2 points, it sucks. But the bench played good that game. Again, that was the game Brunson was hurt. He actually came back the following game against the Mavericks, and it's good to have him. It was good to have him back. It obviously without Brunson, they're going to struggle. The whole game is gonna be different. But this game, I'm not gonna say too much about it because it wasn't a bad win, but it was a win. I keep saying win. It wasn't a bad loss. It was a loss that every Knicks fan and player knows we should have won that game. They should have won that game. But after that game, we beat the Dallas Mavericks, where we played horrible. I'll say it like that. We played horrible that game, and that was an insane game too. We actually won by 2 points. Where a huge call that was called on Brandon Williams, the offensive foul, which I'll talk about in a minute. A bunch of players, not even players, like a bunch of fans are going to think, since I'm a Knicks fan, I'm going to be biased, which I will be honest about the call. I complain about the refs a lot. I will say that. I always complain. But there's certain calls you got to call. There's certain calls that can go 50-50. And there's certain calls, I don't know about that. But let's talk about how the game went. That was our worst shooting performance by far. By far in the whole season. To be honest, we were in the game because the Mavericks weren't shooting well either. Well, they started shooting well in the second half. Because we kept missing shots, it just kept the game close. Elos was scoring a lot. He scored about 20 something around there. I'll put the stat right here. Najee Marshall was cooking us in that second quarter. And it all came down to the final, I would say maybe 20 seconds. We missed 5 free throws. 5 free throws. Well, first of all, Landry Shamet got us in the game with back-to-back threes. And then I believe they fouled Mitchell Robinson, and we all know how he is at the free throw line. No offense. So that was their method to try to get back in the game. Then they missed the open 3. They quickly fouled Landry Shamet. I thought we were gonna win the game after that. Then he missed both his free throws. Then he fouled Brunson. He misses the first free throw and makes the next one. This was a game I was so scared. We were this close to losing, and that should not happen. We may have won, but we cannot win like that. We got to shoot way better than that. That's unacceptable. Now, let's talk about the Brandon Williams call, offensive foul. Listen, for basketball players, I'll play the clip right here. Every basketball player does this move. Curry, Devin Booker, LeBron, any basketball player makes that move. But you could kind of, Landry did bump him a little bit, but he did kind of push him. So I could understand why they call that, but that's a call they don't normally call. So if you want to hear my thoughts about it, I don't want to say that's a good call. And since I'm a Knicks fan, I like the call. But I like to call it 50-50. It could have been called on Shamet. Could have been called on Williams. But we won the game. I'm not worried about it, but that's my thoughts about the call. Now the next game is, again, I'm not gonna want to talk about the Magic game. It was horrendous. Horrendous. Offensively, we're good. I forgot to talk about Karl-Anthony Towns. The last 3 games, besides this one that happened today, the Brooklyn Nets, he's been struggling offensively from shooting threes, especially on the road. It's been hard for Karl-Anthony Towns. This game, he didn't play that well. Our defense's game is why we lost the game. We almost let Franz Wagner get a career high against us. And then Jalen Suggs you're making him look like an all-star point guard. Even though he's a good point guard, but with a team like that, he's not going to score that much. And the fact he scored almost 30 points, I believe, put this out right here, it's crazy. Especially in that game, we gave up too many open threes. Too many. And then there were a bunch of fouls. It was a bad game defensively. Offensively, great. We were great. But now we're starting to go to the midseason maybe. I'm saying it's almost December. It's almost, in January is probably midseason. But I feel like now with Mike Brown, you're getting used to him. The defense has to play better. There's too many miscommunications from the defense, and that leads to open threes, layups, dunks, any way to score. So if we're gonna go against top teams in our division, in the playoffs too, we gotta play better than that. Defensively, offensively, we gotta stay consistent, shooting the three. And that's my takeaway for the Magic game. We could have won that game if we played better defensively, but I'm not gonna say I'm not too worried about it because that was our second loss to the Magic. And I wish we won that game. But hey, the Brooklyn Nets. We beat the Brooklyn Nets today, which was a good win. A good one, actually. I love this win from the New York Knicks. Now let's talk about the good side of Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns. Where do I gotta begin? Where do I gotta begin? After struggling from 3, he didn't shoot a 3 ball too much this game. But he acknowledged that since he's not shooting a 3 ball good, he's not shooting 3-pointers good. Instead of just chucking threes, forcing threes, scoring the paint, you got to remember, Cat's 7 foot. No one on the Brooklyn Nets could guard him. So he was scoring the paint and the paint after paint after paint. Then when he was open, he attempted a 3. He made 3 out of 4. And as of always, rebounds. 12 rebounds and 3 assists. Sorry about that. And then Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. 27 points. 3 rebounds and 3 assists. I love Jalen Brunson, man. I have his jersey on right here. He's the king of New York right now. Without him, I don't know what we would do. And actually, it was a not a quiet game, but people got to realize who had a good game today. Obviously, with Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Landry Shamet out. Oh, I forgot to talk about Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet, he unfortunately injured his shoulder against the Magic. He had to leave the game early, so he was injured coming to his game. There's no return date yet when he will come back, but it's not as bad as people think. I thought he just dislocated his shoulder, and like the injury from last year, he's going to be out for maybe 2 months. But it's looking like it's not gonna be that long. So that's a good thing. But yeah, he was out for his game, so the lineup was pretty different today. It was Jalen Brunson, Miles McBride, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Carl Anthony Towns. And Josh Hart, we gotta talk about Josh Hart. I'll put the stat right here. In 38 minutes, 7 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He wasn't the best offensively, but getting those rebounds was huge for us. Whenever we will miss maybe I don't know, a three, a layup, he would come out of nowhere, get the rebound, and we would get points off the second chance. That's what I love about Josh Hart. Not only he's pretty good defensively, he's good defensively, but he's one of the best rebounding guards in this league, especially coming off the bench. He's he's not used to starting now. Well, he started for us the whole season last season, up to the playoffs against the Pacers. So he knows he's a start. He's a starter in this league. He is a starter in this league without a doubt. But his role coming off the bench is huge for us. It's huge. I love Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart. He's huge for his team. That trade a few years ago, I still think about it. We gave a first round pick. People were talking about us, but when you have players like Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and how close they are, start a podcast, college players, they're best friends, you could win a lot of games. The chemistry between them is off the roof. They know each other so well. That's why the Knicks are good. It's that Villanova connection. Anyways, for his game, my biggest takeaway, offensively, we were great. We were great. Defensively, we could have played maybe a little bit better. Maybe a little bit. But we let Noah Clowney score a career high against us. Nothing new. Like I said, we can't let up too many wide open threes. We cannot. Especially going against like some of these players in this league who will shoot the ball, shoot the three ball without no hesitation. Noah Clowney, no offense to him, but he's a great player. He's a great player on the Brooklyn Nets, but I'm talking about players like top players Devin Booker, SGA, Curry. I don't know. You know what I mean. We can't let that happen against top teams. So that's the only thing I gotta say about this game. Figure that out and we're good. And then the offense has to stay consistent. Cat on the road hasn't been too good. So hopefully he plays good against the Charlotte Hornets. I believe it's a home game actually, so we don't gotta worry about it. But anyways, that's all I gotta say about the last few games and today's game against the Brooklyn Nets. Again, I apologize. I will be uploading a lot more during the break. I'm gonna try to upload this as soon as I can. But that's all I gotta say about the recent news about the New York Knicks and today's game. This is Vigo Sports Talk here, host of Vigo Talks Jets, and I will see you next episode, Knicks fans. Peace.